The Top Fuel Racing League is on the air, live from Kentucky Motor Speedway. It's the AZ Direct 135. Tony Trapasso up in the booth with you tonight, joined for the pre-race anyways, with my partner in crime, Mr. Scotty Brinson. Scott, how the hell are you?
Good, Tony. How are you tonight, man?
If I was any happier, I'd need to be twins. So we are we're at that dangerous D-shaped demon that is known as the Kentucky Motor Speedway, and I got to say, I've been watching some of the hot laps so far, and these guys are impressing the hell out of me tonight.
Yeah, it feels really good out here. There's a whole lot of grip. There's a little bit of aero push. I'm wondering how that's going to play a role as we go along. I'm just wondering how, if you have multiple cars in front of you and if they're doing a lot of movement, how that's going to affect the cars behind. I think that's really the only way we're going to feel a lot of aero here tonight. I think if cars are just racing one-on-one, you know, the whole breakaway thing where two cars have gotten away or packs of two, they're going to be able to swap draft pretty easily.
Well, they're going to be able to swap draft pretty easily, but the thing you got to remember here at Kentucky is cars get dangerously loose here dangerously quickly. And like you always say, when you put four Dr. Feelgoods on the car, you're going to feel like Superman for about 4 laps, and then the car's going to start to, want to wander the nose a little bit, and the next thing you know, you've just taken out half the field.
Yeah, I don't think we'll have too much of an issue tonight as far as that goes. Car does get a little loose, but it's not anything that's going to have to be a big problem. I think there's enough grip here tonight that the guys will be able to keep the car under them, no problem.
Well, we can only hope as much. It's always fun to see the Indy cars come here, as hot laps are gonna. Hot laps winding down right now. We're gonna let you get back down to the track so you can bust off a qualifying lap, sir. Best of luck to you.
Thank you, sir. I want to take a minute here before I do. I just want to send condolences out to my cousin, Scott Rollins. Unfortunately, he lost his mom this morning. It was my Aunt Sheila Rollins. And I just want to let him and the rest of the immediate family, Richard, Kim, Scott, everybody there in the immediate family, and everyone else in the family, let them know that I'm thinking about them and that Top Fuel Racing here is thinking about them. And I'm going to go out there and do my best tonight to bring one home for the family. And I just want to let everybody know I love them. Mom, I love you. And Brittany as well. You, Hayden, and Faith, I love you all very much. So, and thanks to all the drivers for tuning in and all the fans for tuning in. And Tony, thanks to you for being here. And thanks to BOFA for being the official coverage of Top Fuel Racing. Thanks, buddy. Have a good broadcast, man. We lose you, Tony?
No, I'm here.
Okay.
User left your channel.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to offer a moment of silence to what we just heard. I'm kind of at a loss for words, folks, so bear with me just a little bit here. I love it when I get this stuff sprung on me at the last second. Second racer, this has happened. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I do want to, on behalf of the entire both the Broadcasting Corporation, I do want to offer my condolences to the family. I don't know what it's like to lose a mother, but I do know what it's like to lose a parent. And I do know that moms are special. So I would like to again offer my condolences to the family. So yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, qualifying underway, group qualifying here at Kentucky. As Chase Hudson going quick time so far. Wow. That's one of the things I saw in Hot Labs. Looks like 2 might be Calamity Corner tonight. Mark McFadden sitting second quick. Actually, Ronnie Osmer to the top of the leaderboard. There's Osmer rolling with his Phenomenal Evolution teammate, Mr. Sam Cooper Bennett. Bennett currently sitting 14th quick. So Osmer, Hudson, McFadden, Burke, and Burkhart. No, that's not going to get confusing at all tonight. Thanks, guys. So, 21 cars so far have taken time. Kevin O'Brien, the last car to take time, sitting 21st right now. So, just about 4 minutes left in the open qualifying session. Looks like Cooper Bennett going to take it pit side. Osmer taking it pit side, and Ronnie, that's not how you enter pit road. Yeah. Oops. Anyways, take a quick look at the track conditions here at Kentucky. 77 degrees ambient air temperature. Real cool tonight. 77 degrees track temperature. Relative humidity at 51%. And luckily the winds are only at 2 miles an hour because that's perfect tornado weather. Luckily we're in the hills of Kentucky, not Kansas, so yes, I'm an idiot. So Chase Hudson going back to the top of the board. As one guy we would like to reach out to while we're here in the pre-race. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach out to
User was moved to your channel.
I'm going to reach out to the driver of the Strange Nuts Racing Soda Fix number 99, Mr. John Napier right now. John, if I'm not mistaken, you told me earlier that you have the absolute most awesome wife on the planet.
Yeah, I would say so, Tony.
Now, Sasha, I know you're probably hearing this, and I will say that to your face if I ever get a chance to actually meet you in person. But John informed me that today is your anniversary, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. Number 20, Tony. 20 years.
Good grief, that woman deserves sainthood. But now, you were actually planning on not participating tonight.
Yeah.
You tell the story.
I sent my teammate Joe Morganti a text, letting him know that I wasn't racing tonight. It was my 20th wedding anniversary, and she pretty much said, "Hell no, you're running. I'm watching it."
As I said, ladies and gentlemen, absolute most awesome spouse on the planet. On their anniversary, she wants her husband to go racing. If that's not love, I don't know what is. So, best of luck to you, John. We'll let you get back into the hot lap session. Sasha, congratulations on 20 years. How you put up with his crap, I have no idea.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you so much, man.
User was moved out of your channel.
John currently, sitting 16th quick, comfortable position there. And I know John is more of a racer than he is qualifier, so look for him to use strategy to move forward as the race progresses. As they're 3 wide, hauling off into turn number 1, and that's John's kid moving to the... No, I'm sorry, that's his teammate Joe Morganti moving to the inside of him. So, now, yes, there is a father-son duo running tonight. It's John Napier and Greg Napier. Greg is currently sitting 21st quick. And so look for 3 SodaFix cars tonight. And I'd like to give a shout out to the people at SodaFix who... Oh! That's what happens when you burn all the goodie off the right front tire here at Kansas. As somebody has the pit code stuck to their car. Who the heck was that? Was that Scotty? No, it wasn't Scotty. Who the heck was that? Brad Truax had the pit entry cone stuck to his car. Awesome. All right, so qualifying. Oh, I needed that tonight so badly. Qualifying, getting ready to wind down here. About 7 seconds left. Again, you are watching the Top Fuel Racing Series DW12 League, the AZ Direct 135 from Kentucky. AZ Direct you can find them on Facebook. I'm sorry, tonight's heartburn brought to you by Minute Race. Oh. So as the car is getting ready to grid up here, Carl Burke busting one off. Unofficial track record, 24.576. He's going to be joined on the front row with Nate Siefker. Row number 2 is going to see Chase Hudson and Ronnie Osmer. Colin Scott and the King Lawler. We need to get with Scotty about that later. Starting in row number 3. Row 4 is going to see Matt Burkhart and Scotty Brinson. Mark McFadden and Chris Walker are going to make up row number 5. Row 6 is going to see Kevin O'Brien and Mark Walker. Robert Dudley and Joe Morganti making up row number 7. Row 8 is going to go to Brad Truax and Doug Kennedy. Row 9 is going to see John Napier and Lee Bedsall. Brian Timbrell and Sam Cooper Bennett are going to make up row number 10. Row 11 is going to see Greg Napier and Paul Crumry. Tony Rice and Bobby O'Neill making up row number 12. And that is going to do it for the starting grid. Only 22 cars taking time in this one. Here you see Burke and Siefker starting up there on the front row. 135 laps of scheduled distance in this one. We do have a couple of excuse me, we do have a couple of in-car cameras tonight, which we'll share with you as it's going to be necessary. Waiting for Trading Paints to play nicely again. As the field starts to roll off behind the roof Porsche roof pace car. And yet again, Trading Paint's not playing nicely. The bane of my existence. Anyways. Getting ready to... pace car's getting ready to make that hard left turn. Carl Burke is going to be in control of the field as soon as the pace car ducks off. And Burke wasting no time picking up the throttle. We are live from Kentucky. Burke, Seifer, Hudson, Osmer, and Scott, your top 5. Throw a blanket over the top 4. These cats wasting no time putting the hammer down. Seifer already trying to make some hay on that high line. Osmer going with him. Right now, Burke showing the way. You got to think that Seifer is, first of all, he's trying to save the tires by not using the low line. Just as I say that, he goes to the inside of Burke going down the backstretch. And makes it look just that simple. Got a wicked toe through the 1-2 complex. And used it to shoot by down the back chute. As the top 4 are already over half a second to the good. The battle right now for 5th is starting to heat up. As Brinson and Lawler throwing haymakers at each other.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
I'm sorry, that's Colin Scott and Lawler, Lee Bedsole. Pointing the wrong way on a one-way street. Let's see what happened to Lee. And I do want to apologize for the choppiness of this, folks. Had some help coming through the 3-4 complex. Tony Rice getting it woed up in time. As if this is coming through choppy, ladies and gentlemen, I do apologize. I think my CPU is getting ready to take a poop on me. Not cool. Yeah. All right, the field waiting on the pace car right now. As we are back to live action. Seifer, Burke, Osmer, Hudson, Lawler, Scott, Walker, Brinson, Walker. So Scotty Brinson in a Walker sandwich. And then Mark McFadden rounding out your top 10. So, 6 laps in the books as the field's crossing to start lap 7. Again, you are watching the Top Fuel Racing League DW12, or it's Top Fuel Racing Series DW12 League, AZ Direct 135 from Kentucky. AZ Direct, you can find them on their Facebook page. Again, ladies and gentlemen, if this is choppy, I do apologize. I'm working on it. I've been trying to figure out how to get this done without having to spend a boatload of money and building a new rig. Unfortunately, I'm thinking that's probably where the tax check's going to go. So, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. You are watching the simulcasted on Facebook and YouTube. If you like the action that you're seeing and you want to get out on the track with these guys, go ahead and drop a comment in the comment section. We'll get that passed along to the league admins and see if we can't get you added into next week's event. So tell me these guys don't want to go back to green already. We're already seeing cars too wide, and the lights aren't even out on the pace car yet. So. Looks like the lights, lights are out on the pace car. See if you're going to have control of the field when we get back to the front chute. And finally, Trading Paint's deciding to play nicely as I am seeing all the awesome paint schemes tonight. So, would like to remind everybody we're going to be back with the DW12s tomorrow night with the Randy's Rap Speedway Series. And Sam is going to be over with the Portside Land Rover Discovery Somo Cup Series. So we're going to have 2 broadcasts going on simultaneously. You will be able to, of course, pick which one you want to watch live and then watch the other one in replay. And we will be more than happy to answer any questions you folks have on how we're able to do that. We're looking forward to that. Pace car getting ready to duck on in. And Siefker pulls the trigger. Osmer goes with him. And Burke stutters a little bit. Almost gets run over by Hudson. Having to take evasive action. Luckily, there was a hole there. Lawler let him in. But Siefker on a run right now. Osmer to the inside. Osmer using that draft down the backstretch. Here comes Hudson as well. Osmer already with 1 win on the season. Hudson looking to join him in the winner's circle. Siefker with a win on the season. And the top 3 are starting to stretch their legs. Walker making a move on Lawler right now. Trying that high side, flirting with it. Meanwhile, up in front, it's a drag race down the backstretch. Osmer's got the inside line. Hudson staying with him on the high side, able to keep it wound up. 33 thousandths of a second to Osmer at the line. But you got to wonder, how long can he hug that low line? How long are those Firestones going to last? And you know I've been broadcasting way too much short track stuff when I almost called those Hoosiers. Hudson still swinging away at it on the high side. Skeefer just riding right now. And we're probably going to end up seeing how long it's going to take on a tank of fuel before we're done here. As Osmer continuing to hug that low line. Give that one to Hudson, 49 thousandths of a second to the good. Just about half a car length. So Hudson showing that the high line does have potential. They get a little more rubber laid down there and letting the cars work a little bit better in the corners. That's for that high line to be the preferred line. 33 thousandths of a second that time for Hudson again. And all this racing up front is letting everybody catch them. Lawler has gotten by Siefker as they're going side by side now for third. 3 wide going into turn number 3. That's Mark Walker on the high side in the teal car. I'm thinking better of staying up there, though. And contact with Lawler as we go into turn number 3. That had to be a first you say it, then you do it kind of moment. And Lawler is losing all sorts of speed. You see some damage there on the left side of the 5 of Lawler. That let Walker get by. That let Burke get by. Siefker now with a little bit of clearance in third. Burke looks like he might be struggling a little bit on this race setup. As we've got a couple of blinkers flashing through the field right now. Looks like Scotty Brinson might be flashing a little bit. Meanwhile, up in front, Osmer back to the point. Hudson right on his transmission tunnel, though. Dudley working the high side of Burke right now, as they are 2 wide. This is your battle for 4th through 7th. So you got a couple of groups forming. You got the top 3 walking away from everybody. A second and a half to the good between Nate Siefker in 3rd and Chris Walker currently sitting in 4th. Make that Lawler currently sitting in 4th. And I gotta think we're getting close, especially with as much of throttle control as you need to have on this track. We've got to be getting close to where these guys are going to be thinking about green flag pit stops. Meanwhile, up in front, Hudson has gotten back by Osmer, and Siefker has caught them both. And these guys are just throwing haymakers at each other. A lot of respect being shown, a lot of room being given, because they know it's only lap 23 of 135. Osmer back to the inside. Hudson still able to keep it wound up on the high side. Gets the clear going through the tri-oval. Watch for Siefker in 3rd to make a move down the backstretch. Hudson, Osmer, Lawler. Sorry, Hudson, Oscar, Osmer, Seifker, Lawler, Walker, Dudley, Burke, Scott, Brinson, Crumry, your top 10. Osmer back to the point. 66 thousandths to the good that time. And these guys are north of 2 seconds now over 4th place. Almost touching going through the tri-oval. Osmer thinking twice about it. Gets a run off of 2. Hudson going to duck in. And there's Seifker to the inside. Unfortunately, he's getting pinched down, not able to let that car run. Kills all the momentum when you're on that low side like that. Walker has caught Lawler. This is your battle for 4th. They are 2 1/4 seconds back off that battle for the lead, though. And you see just a little bit of damage there on the, just behind the right front tire. You see a little bit of a wrinkle in that upright on Lawler's car. As these guys get that sorted out. Meanwhile, the teammates with the SodaFix cars running top 15 currently. That's Joe Morganti in the 53, John Napier in the 99 just in front of him. And, again, I gotta... Sasha is the most awesome person on the planet. It's their anniversary, and she goes, "No, you're racing." "Yes, dear." let me go get the rig hooked up. How cool is that? I mean, everybody wishes they had a spouse like that, I think. So, I digress. Meanwhile, back up in front, Osmer in command right now as Seifker and Hudson slugging away at it. 2 3/4 seconds to the good for this pack in the top 3. So we are closing in on the 100 to go mark. Scotty Brinson fighting it out right now with Colin Scott and Brad Truax. Looks like Scotty having a little bit of a connection issue, though. Yeah, that's him blinking, not me, folks. And we've got our first taker going pit side. It is Brad Truax in the Delphi 89. We were wondering who was going to be the first one to blink and when they were going to do it. Lap 37 for Truax. Meanwhile, your leaders keep clicking them off. Bedsel going pit side as well. And Kennedy out of fuel. Crumry going pit side. And Scotty Brinson blinking worse than a fat kid with lemon in his eye. Mark Walker going pit side. Carl Burke going pit side. So we're looking at right around 39 laps is about all these guys are going to be able to get out of a tank of fuel. And your leaders are going. Getting it woed down to that 55 miles an hour for the commitment cone. McFadden stays out in the Lego car. And so does Kevin O'Brien. Then moves Tony Rice up into third. And Brian Timbrell to fourth. Everybody else has gone pit side. Osmer going to win the battle off pit road. Now, here's the thing. It's a little bit of pit strategy as O'Brien, Rice, and Timbrell all pitted under the caution. And they have lapped everybody. McFadden going pit side. And these guys picking up right where they left off. Osmer, Hudson, Siefker back behind. I believe that's Tony Rice back there. Yep, it is. That's Timbrell on the high side. So Kevin O'Brien currently showing the way. Rocking the Aussie colors tonight. And he's going pit side. Tony Rice gets tagged. That was Brian Timbrell, I believe. Yes, it was. So Rice and Timbrell had an oops. Tony Rice pointing the wrong way on a one-way street. Luckily, we stay green. And here comes Osmer and Hudson as they're slugging it out. 33 thousandths to the good. These two still in lockstep with each other, and they are over almost 3 seconds to the good. They're almost 3 seconds to the good over third place, Nate Siefker. Siefker with a horrid pit stop. Don't know what happened there, but unfortunately was not able to get up to speed as quickly. And Siefker having connection issues? Very much so. Hudson with a nose out front that time. 33 thousandths to the good. So one retirement to report to you. That's the 77 of Bobby O'Neill. Did start the race. Greg Napier, unfortunately, having connection issues during qualifying, unable to start the race, so he's going to be watching it with his mom. And that, of course, is Sasha Napier, John's awesome wife, who on their anniversary. John was going to... And there it is. Brian Timbrell. Let's roll that beautiful bean footage. Lee Bedsel pushes up, and unfortunately there was a car there. Watch the 55 of Bedsel here. Gets a little bit of aero wash, slides up the track, and just... Tim Brell having nowhere to go. Just gets hockey hip checked into the safer barriers going through the 3-4 complex. And that car is tweaked. Yeah, bud, you're probably going to want to tow that. Or not. What do I know? There he goes. Good grief. What a shot. That's one of those, thank God this is a simulator moments. So. Oh, who do we want to talk to? Who do we want to talk to? Let's reach out to... As soon as I can find him.
User was moved to your channel.
Ronnie Osmer, Tony up in the booth. You got me, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, talk us through that last little session that you had there with Chase. Does it seem like the High Line is going to be the place to be when it comes down to crunch time?
Yeah, when the tires wear off, you really want to be in the high side of the car because the car pushes a lot when the tires wear. And then the side draft up helps with the aero push, so you can get a good run and pass them on the high side.
Fair enough. How bad is the tire wear when you guys finally pitted at lap 40?
It's not really bad. The lowest tire was my right rear at 85, so it's not really that bad.
All right, fair enough, Ronnie. Best of luck to you in the PH Aware Ride to Give number 44 tonight. And hopefully we'll be talking to you in about 85 laps.
You will.
All right. Ronnie Osmer currently sitting in second place. Having a hell of a battle going on with Chase Hudson. So something to keep an eye on for the rest of the night. However, this is going to let the rest of the field close up on him. Carl Burke was sitting in third. Brad Truax sits in fourth. Chris Walker sits in fifth. Lawler in sixth. Burkhart, Scott, Walker, and Morganti up into 10th. Let's take a quick look at Joe's car. And there he is in the Strange Nuts Soda Fix number 53. As the lights go out on the pace car. Would like to give a shout out to everybody at Soda Fix watching tonight. If you guys ever want to open up a location, please choose Syracuse, New York. I would be much appreciative and throw as much business as I possibly can your way. Anyways, lights are out on the pace car. Chase Hudson going to have control of the field when we go back to green. Currently working lap 52 of 135. Still a long ways to go. You are, of course, watching the Top Fuel Racing Series DW12 League. AZ Direct 135 from Kentucky. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. You can find AZ Direct on their Facebook page. You can find the Top Fuel Racing Series on its Facebook page. And you can find both broadcasting on our Facebook page. If you want to get in on the action for next week, don't forget to drop a comment with your iRacing screen name, and we will get that passed along to Scotty and the rest of the admins and see if we can't get you added to the on-track action. Hudson wasting no time dropping the hammer. As Osmer under attack right now from Carl Burke. Only a handful of takers there under that caution flag. Your entire top 10 stayed out. Osmer to the inside. Hudson on the high side. Burke right there in the slipstream. Chris Walker silently making some hay right now in fourth. And these guys are starting to pull away a little bit. As finally Tim Brell is finally out of the pits. No fast repairs in this league, so they've got to pit farm the car. Tim Brell just spent 5 minutes in the pits getting that car fixed. And hopefully he's got it fixed to the point where it's not crabbing. So Osmer back up to the point. And what was a comfortable lead for Osmer and Hudson, they've got a pack of angry wolves behind them now. Three wide. Chris Walker, Lawler, and Burkhart almost had a first you say it, then you do it kind of moment for fourth. Truax in the Delphi car getting the run, having the spot. Here comes Walker again on the high side, trying to make any hay that he can. And these guys have reeled back in the leaders. And here comes Carl Burke to the inside. And you saw what happened when these guys are getting about halfway through this tire stint right now. And you can tell that Burke's having to fight it. He had to pinch it down, had to come out of the throttle, couldn't carry the momentum like he wanted to. As Osmer giving Hudson a lot of room. 22 thousandths of a second that time. Hudson at the line for the lead. So that caution changed the entire complexion of this race. Osmer, Hudson, Walker, Burke, Lawler, Walker, Truax, Burkhart, Sam Cooper Bennett up into ninth, Colin Scott rounding out your top 10. These guys are just flat getting it right now.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
And that's Lawler going for a ride. upside down and backwards. Let's watch what happened to the 5 here. Yeah, helmet first into a catch fence is not a good way to spend a night. From the looks of it, it's Mark Walker had a run on him, and I don't think Lawler realized he had that much of a run as he went to go throw the block. So definitely a not cool moment. And that's our second. Thank God this is a simulator moment tonight, folks. So there's that. And Mark Walker missing the nose of his car. Thinking he's got to go pit side, get that fixed. No, he's staying out. Now, you guys have heard me say in previous broadcasts, the leader of the race, you stay out to get the bonus point. There is a bonus point given for leading an event. There's one bonus point given for that. There's one bonus point given for the most laps led. And right now, Mark Walker trying to get said bonus point. And unfortunately for John Napier, who pitted, that's not going to let him get the waiver out. So Walker getting his point for leading. You got to think he's got to go pit side this time with his as tweaked as the nose of that car is. No, he's staying out. So Napier taking it pit side. And we got blinking there. Scotty Brinson still blinking badly as we take a look at the 101 of my brother from another mother, Mr. Sam Cooper Bennett, my co-owner here at Bofa Broadcasting, out on the track right now. So good run going there for the PH Aware 101. You kind of gotta be concerned a little bit. The fact that Mark Walker has no front wing on his car. And I don't know if he realizes it. I don't think he realizes just how messed up that car is. If I was everybody around him, I'd be giving him a wide berth when we go back to green if he doesn't pit this time. And that's going to be sketchy going into one. Lee Bedsell, you might want to just chunk the start on purpose and let him go. Or else he's going to be in your lap. As the lights go out on the pace car, Walker, Bedsell, Osmer, Hudson, Walker, Burke, Burkhart, Truex, Scott, and Bennett, your top 10. Watch the birdie. If we make it through turn one, it'll be a miracle. Only because that car has no front wing. And in an Indy car, you kind of need the front wing to get the car to turn at most tracks. And I don't think Mark Walker realizes just how badly that car is damaged. Yeah, this has... I'm nervous for them, folks. Only because I've driven a car without a front wing and it's not fun.
Hey, wake up.
Green, green, green.
And we are back to green, and everybody giving him a wide berth.
User was moved to your channel.
Joining me in the booth right now, Mr. Nate Siefker. Nate, rough one for you. Hosmer hits the apron. Hello, Nate.
Hello, how you doing?
Hey, Nate, welcome to the booth. As we were watching the restart, Hosmer caught the apron, and it was a slide for life. Luckily able to hang on to it, but the big news there was that was one of the sketchiest restarts I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go back and look at that. Yeah, it's pretty sketchy, I'd say.
I don't think Mark Walker realized just how damaged that car was.
Yeah, I think so. I was kind of hoping. In order for me to stay in the race, I had to have Mark pit, and he didn't pit. So, I mean, I was 3 laps down anyway. I wasn't going to compete for the rest of the night. So, oh well, I got to join you in the booth though, so that's fun.
Absolutely. Welcome to my hell. Beers in the fridge. Leave the crayons alone. Those are mine.
Okay.
And be mindful of the boa constrictor that's in the closet. That's Sam's.
Oh, okay. Alrighty then. Seems pretty simple.
Absolutely. So Burke and Chris Walker slugging it out right now for second, as Hudson has a little bit of a control right now, and Osmer trying to reel these guys back in. Now, Nate, you could probably attest to this. How bad is the tire fall off right now?
Oh, it's actually pretty good.
Yellow.
And Lee Bedsole pointing the wrong way again. Second time tonight we've seen that car go on a wild one. Let's see what happened here. As transmission tunnel... Oh!
Looks like an acre of netcode there.
That was that transmission tunnel glitch that, unfortunately, all 3 Indy cars have on high bank tracks. And I believe that was... Yes, it was. So, we are going to take a look at what John Napier saw. As it looks like he caught one right to the face.
Yeah, it looks like an unfortunate break there for Lee. He was doing pretty good. He was up in the top 10. He was running pretty competitive tonight, actually.
Yeah. And here we are riding along with Napier in the 99. Watch the purple car in front of him, folks, and boom goes the dynamite. So Sasha telling him that she wants him to race. I'm thinking she's paid up on the health insurance. Oh, that could have ended poorly. As we are back live. Yeah, Chris Hudson still showing the way. Carl Burke in second. Chris Walker, Ronnie Osmer, Colin Scott, Brad Truax, Mark Burkhart, Sam Cooper Bennett up to 8th. Scotty Brinson up to 9th. And Robert Dudley rounded out your top 10. Name we haven't seen much of tonight. There's Dudley in the... why am I not remembering what the... blinking badly. That's why I can't get a good lock on him.
He's blinking pretty good, isn't he?
Yes, he is. The cure for ALS 49. I gotta commend this league for the amount of charitable work being done. Cure for ALS on Robert Dudley's car. Sam Cooper Bennett running for PH Aware and the Mighty, and Ronnie Osmer rocking Ride to Give on his whip. So, a lot of charitable work being done here. If you want to know more about these charities, go ahead and drop a comment below, and I will try after the broadcast is over to fill you in on how you can get in touch to participate in these charities. So, just past the halfway point, working lap 74 of 135.
Kind of surprised at how tight the racing is at the front. I was expecting a little bit more spread out at the front of the pack, maybe a little more crowd in the middle, but pretty tight at the front.
Pretty tight at the front, and one of the things to keep an eye on. I mean, you guys had a hell of a battle going there until it looked like your connection took a dump on us. Nate, and here we go again. Looks like your connection's still not the best, I'm guessing here?
Probably not, honestly.
Okay. So yeah, that's a rough break for you tonight. You had a hell of a run going, but we'll definitely see you back next week, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely be back. Hopefully with less computer issues. That'd be nice.
Hopefully there'll be two of us. Where are we next week? Do you know?
We are at the new Pocono.
New Pocono, as opposed to old Pocono. For those of you who don't get the joke, iRacing rescanned Pocono. Still the same 3 turns in my book.
Yeah, it's not much different. Just a little bit smoother, that's all. Actually, if you got a really strong wheel, it's actually worse for you because it really wants to shake you around.
Nice. So Chase Hudson going to have control of the field in the Lucky Strike number 7, working their way through the 3-4 complex right now. And don't forget, you are watching a presentation of the Top Fuel Racing Series DW12 League, AZ Direct 135 from Kentucky. And his pace car getting ready to duck off. Pace car makes that hard left turn, just misses the commitment cone. And Hudson wastes no time. You got to think he's going to be a sitting duck by the time they get to the back straightaway.
Yeah, if I had to put money on someone tonight, it's probably Chase. I don't know if you've seen Chase race before, but he is a previous champion of this league, so he knows what to do, that's for sure.
I'm not going to bet against him, especially after what I've seen in the previous couple of stints. He knows where to put that car to get it to the front, and I've seen that so far. But don't count out Chris Walker, and don't count out anybody in that top 5 right now. Because all it takes is one oops, and the whole complexion of the race is going to change. Walker all over the transmission tunnel of Hudson right now.
Yeah, the suck up in the draft is actually much more than you'd expect. I mean, it's pretty hard to judge your run properly, and the aero push isn't bad, but it's enough to throw you off a little bit.
Well, you got to figure that, with as big of a hole as this car punches, which is surprising for an Indy-style open-wheeler, the draft is just insane in this car. Now, Nate, I do need to ask, do you plan on running with us tomorrow night, as we're going to be with the Somo Cup Series brought to you by Portside Land Rover Discovery, Portside Land Rover Jaguar, or the Randy's Wraps Speedway Series, which is going to take the DW12 to the Brickyard.
I actually am a member of that Somo League, but I work. I seem to work every night they have a race, it seems like. This is usually the one night I get off, so maybe in the future, I'd like to run a race in the Somo League. It looks like a pretty good league, but
Paul Zoda puts on one hell of an event, and I do need to give a shout out to Paul for providing the overlay for tonight's event. Thank you so much, Paul.
Oh, they're wrecking the back. Wrecking the back.
There it is. Oh, no. No. Please tell me that's... Yep, it's who I think it is. Oh, no. Sam Cooper Bennett going on one hell of a ride there. Oh. Oh, my Lanta.
That's your Pulsar, too, that took a wild ride with him. Yeah, I saw the smoke in the background, and I thought everything was straight because I didn't see any cars wrecking, and then Carl and Sam got together, and that sparked a big one.
Well, let's watch what happened with Burke as I believe that's the 20.
Yeah, it's a 20. It's a 20 and a 20 in the 09 of Carl Burke.
So Colin Scott, Carl Burke getting together, coming out of 4, and unfortunately Cooper Bennett nowhere to go. Crumry getting a big piece of that one. Let's watch what happens to the 7-Up car. Sees it happen in front of him, and oh, Burke just comes down, slams him. And McFadden nowhere to go. No, I'm sorry, that's not McFadden. That was
Dudley.
Robert Dudley catching a big hit there from Crumry.
And it went off in the back, too. The guy who I saw barely skim by that was Burkhart. Burkhart missed Burke barely.
No, he didn't. You look at the front wing, he didn't miss him.
Oh, now I see it, yeah. So
He almost missed him, but he didn't miss him. But yeah, that's third time tonight. Thank God this is a simulator moment. As Sasha, this one's for you. Sam Cooper Bennett goes on a Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. And trust me, those of you who have been longtime viewers of both broadcasting, you'll get the joke there. So back under caution right now, working caution number 5. 22 lead changes. I'm going to say that again. 22 lead changes in 82 completed laps. Good grief.
I could tell you who those two drivers are. It's going to be Chase Hudson and Ronnie Osmer. Probably had the majority of the laps led tonight.
Well, don't count yourself out there because you led a handful of them too.
Yeah, and you want to know a cool stat for the day?
Sure.
Don't want to pad my facts, but I've led in every race so far this season. That's an official race. I don't know if that's impressive or not, but I thought that
actually is impressive. That's very impressive. I think I've led a grand total of 1 race in my iRacing. No, I'm sorry. I've led 2 races in my iRacing career. One in official trucks at Monza, and the other one was the final lap of the league opener for the ISL.
Well, you only need to lead one to win a race, so.
Yeah, that's the lap I led for both of those.
Well, there you go.
So, anyways, Chase Hudson showing the way. Osmer, Walker, Truex, Scott, Brinson, not to be confused. Colin Scott, Scott Brinson, not to be. Don't go there. It just doesn't sound right in my head. So sorry, folks. Joe Morganti up into 7th. Matt Burkhart, not sure if he's taken that car pit side. No, yes, he has. Matt Burkhart getting a new front wing put on that car. Kevin O'Brien and Mark Walker rounding out your top 10.
I don't know if you can find out how far back Scott was, but I think he was probably in like 16th place at one time. He was far back at one point in this race, I'm pretty sure.
He was the last car on the lead lap after the last restart.
So he's had a pretty good run back through the field here then.
Well, he finally got the front wing put on the car.
Oh yeah, that helps too.
Yeah. So lights are out on the pace car field, working its way down the back chute. And you got to wonder if Hudson's going to change it up or if he's going to go as soon as the pace car clears the commitment cone like he's been doing.
And this car doesn't feel the most stable on restarts. I've noticed that too. It doesn't feel secure when you hit that throttle all the way.
Well, that has a lot to do with the gearing in this car and the way that the power band comes in. You have to be expecting when the turbo is going to kick in. And if you're not ready for it, it can go horribly wrong horribly quickly. As Chris Walker gets a shot right now up into second. Osmer sitting in third under attack from Truex and Colin Scott. I'm sorry, that's Truex and Scotty Brinson. So Brinson up into the top 5. And it's still an angry pack of dogs behind Chase Hudson right now.
And that was cutting it close with Chris and Chase there.
That could have ended poorly as Chris Walker to the point.
He's been one of those sleepers this year. He's been very competitive all year long. He just hasn't quite gotten there, you know what I mean?
Well, every driver needs that breakout run, and I'm thinking Chris is having a hell of a run right now. And, of course, Chris, if I just jinxed you, go ahead and PM me. I'll give you my address so you can come kick me in the nuts. But right now, Walker's showing the way. 49 thousandths to the good that time to cross the stripe. As Osmer and Truex slugging it out for third. Meanwhile, right up in front, these guys are just side by side, not giving an inch. No quarter asked for, no quarter given.
Well, that was close to the line too, just 5,000 that time.
It doesn't get much closer than that.
And something that's probably on everybody's mind right now is how much fuel you need to make it. You can't make it yet, because I know exactly how much you need. But starting to get to that time, we need to start thinking how much longer until I can make my final pit stop.
Well, they're currently 26 laps into this stint. I'm thinking if you guys ran it like you did previously and go between 37 and 40 laps before you need to pit, so call it another 20 laps. Right now there's 44 to go.
Well, green flag run from start to finish, fully under green, is about 35 to 36 laps. So if you want to be 100% sure you can make it, you got to go to lap 100.
Fair enough. As Hudson back to the point, Osmer trying to reel him in. Brinson sitting in fourth, and these guys are starting to gap him.
Yeah, but about 6/10 is the gap that you start to lose a draft. He's perfect. He's fine where he's at right now. He can get the draft and he's stacked back up right when he needs to. So he's probably the best shape out of these three right here.
Well, he's far enough back that if somebody steps on their own junk and takes somebody with him, he's got enough time to be able to react.
Exactly. He's having a little bit of connection issues though at the moment, it seems like.
Yes, he is.
Looking at his quality, it's around the 88s. It's a ping, well, it's pings at 191. So it's now it's going back. Ping's going up, quality's going down. So it's not getting better at the moment.
Well, unfortunately, I know that feeling.
Yeah, his quality's dropping like a rock. He's down to 65.
Whoa!
Drop out here.
That could have ended very poorly as Walker tries to cross over Hudson.
Yeah, Scott's close to dropping here. He's down to 39 on his quality. That's never... Once it gets down to 35, so it gets that low, you're probably dropping out here.
Well, I'm thinking we just lost Scott Brinson because he's already gone a lap down.
Yeah,
Not
so
cool.
He's out.
There
so
it is. Yep.
lapping him in.
Yep, we have lost Scotty Brinson from the race, so...
That's unfortunate. He was doing really good after that mishap he had earlier.
A hell of a run going.
Yeah, it was very impressive. I was very impressed. It's not easy to pass here, and let alone come back from that far back, so...
Absolutely. Now, there's a
Ooh,
couple...
Ronnie hit the apron. Ooh, that was close.
That's the second time we've seen Osmer hit the apron. The first time, it could have ended very poorly because it was right on the restart when he was having to deal with Mark Walker, and unfortunately, fortunately, he was able to get it straightened back out and didn't take anybody with him.
It's a fairly sizable gap from Burkhart in 8th, Dudley in 9th. That's a pretty sizable margin of over a second. I think this room's had issues today with connection issue. I mean, Scott's not the only one who's had an issue. Oh, no, go! Oh!
What in the hell?
Chase did a great job there. Wow, that was insane how good of a job he did there.
We're gonna see what the hell. Oh, okay. Well, guess what? We're within the window, so it looks like Chase Hudson taking his money stop whether he wanted to or not.
I don't think that damaged him, so I think he's good. I don't think he got a front wing changed.
Nope, down and away in 7.4 seconds, so nothing really out of the ordinary there. So, but hell of a driving job.
Just gained the next from going to the grass and probably lost a little bit of time by taking that access road. Probably lost only a couple seconds. He's going to feel that, though, if we go green the rest of the way.
He's probably going to feel that, but, you know, it's going to come down to, did he get enough fuel in the car?
Well, I'm sure he did. I mean, we're 35 laps was about the bingo on a green flag run. As long as he gears it right, you gotta run 6th gear most of that time, so he's going to be close.
He is going to be very close, as Scott Brinson back on the track right now.
Yeah, Scott needs to make sure he gets some points because, you know, I'm about 30 behind him in the points, and if he can gain, you know, some of those back, you know, he won't be as bad of a loss. And good, I don't want to say it's a good thing for me, but it's what's the word I'm looking for?
You're not disappointed?
Well, I mean, Scott was having a good run, so I'm a little disappointed. I guess I can't find the word I want to use here.
It's to your advantage.
Yeah, we'll just use that. It's to my advantage. We got some good racing though at the front here.
Oh yeah, 31 to go as Osmer and Walker just throwing hand grenades at each other.
You know how good of a driver Ronnie is. He's won 2 fuel mileage races, and he has the pace to win them just outright too. So
yeah,
those 2 wins weren't flukes, that's for sure.
Now a couple other names I would like to mention as Joe Morganti takes it pit side. Currently running in the top 10 in the SodaFix 53. The other one that's been a comeback kid tonight, Mr. John Napier, took a race car to the face earlier, currently sits in 8th.
It's pretty good, I'd say. I think my connection is about to take it down.
Meanwhile, up in front, Osmer and Walker still in control of the field as we've got more takers going down pit road. Looks like Brad Truax going pit side. Chris Walker going pit side. Robert Dudley getting it locked right down.
Yeah, there's some issues with the race from tonight because it just kicked me out too. So
It was Colin Scott we saw throwing up the smoke there. $27 to go.
and everyone can make it.
Everyone can make it. The question is, how long does Osmer try to stay out? And there's our answer. Taking it pit side this time. No help going with him, though.
Plus traffic.
Go ahead. Mark Walker stays out. Burkhart stays out. Dudley stays out. And Napier stayed out. So
See, the people who are staying out are probably hoping to trap some people a lap down. Is probably what they're hoping for.
that's exactly what they're hoping for. As Napier taking it pit side this time. Walker taking it pit side this time. Burkhart stays out. Dudley stays out.
And I know Burkhart has the pace too because he's been my teammate, but he's got the pace if he really, talked about in practice. He's got a good pace about him today, so he should, if he plays his cards right, he should be fine.
As Kennedy taking it pit side. Tony Rice stays out. That moves him up into third. Ronnie Osmer busted for speeding.
That's big.
That's
really big.
Huge. 2 laps down because of it. So Burkhart and Dudley have lapped the entire field. There's Burkhart in the Mountain Dew number 4.
He's hoping and praying for a caution.
He's got to be.
Praying for a caution.
Well, think about it this way. If he traps everybody down 1 lap, when they get the wave around... All right, so Chris Walker's going to get put back on the lead lap because of a lucky dog. Everybody else is going to have to take a wave around.
And not have fresh tires.
And they're going to have to start behind him.
See, I don't know when Matt's last lap pitted it was, but I mean...
32 laps ago. He's not making it from here. He's just running right now, hoping somebody steps on their junk.
Praying for a caution.
That's about all you can do at this point, as Chase Hudson right now slugging it away with Mark Walker. Currently sitting in 6th. That's the battle for 5th. Tony Rice in 4th, right in front of him. As we are 19 to go. This is your battle for 4th. Tony Rice in the Valvoline car has it. And
nine cars currently a lap down, so that's how many he's trapping so far.
Right. And Hudson getting the high side, 3 wide coming through the tri-oval, makes the power move up into 4th. Chris Walker is 2.5 seconds up the road in the 23. You saw him flash by there going into turn number 3. Chris is the first car a lap down.
So if you want to know how costly that contact was for Hudson, you can see it right there.
Cost him 2.5 seconds.
Connie might get a lap back the hard way here. A couple seconds here. He's working here.
You know, it's going to be a big ask. He's got to get that lap back the hard way and then pray for a caution soon.
Right here comes Matt. Matt's pitting here.
Matt's pitting. So there's one back for Osmer.
Here's Dudley.
Dudley going pit side.
So your new leader next time around is going to be Chris Walker.
Well, there's Walker flashing through 1 and 2 right now. As Burkhart hits his pit stall.
And he should come out around Scott, O'Brien, that group there. He should come out around.
Chris Walker, your new leader.
Dudley had a much better stop than Matt. Much better stop.
Well, the thing is, I'm thinking they took tires. With 15 to go, would you have taken tires? Or would you have gambled on fuel and track position?
There's not much of a difference. I mean, you fill her up. I mean, it takes about 6 seconds to change tires, and at that much fuel, it probably takes only 4 seconds. So I'd probably take the 2 seconds and extra security for that.
Okay, fair enough. So you saw Walker flash into turn 3. There's Burkhart coming out of the pits. A lap down. Walker going into 1. There's your gap. 2.2 seconds to Chase Hudson. Chris Walker running for his life right now as Mark Walker fighting with Hudson. Now, you'll know better than I do. Are they related?
No. Pretty sure no. I'm going to go with no here.
Okay. So, allegedly not related. Chris and Mark Walker doing what they can to keep Chase Hudson at bay.
I assume no.
Okay.
That's my stance on that.
We're 11 to go this time across the stripe. We're watching the battle for second. Chris Walker showing the way. Mark Walker now into second. Go ahead.
I have to assume Mark's going to win this battle because he's got fresher tires than Chase here. So, I mean, that you got to think of that. But, I mean, Chase probably has less fuel on board if Mark didn't, do the math and just fill her full.
I'm thinking Mark didn't pack it full of fuel because it was only 6.9 in his stall.
So, yeah, he probably did the math and got it to where he could just get to the end. So he's on probably, 15 lap fresher tires and Chases here. Oh, only 10. Well, that's not that bad, honestly.
And we are 9 to go. And Chris Walker has stretched the lead out to 2.3 seconds. The one guy who's not hoping this goes caution is Chris Walker right now. With the lead that he has, he's comfortable.
And all he needs to do is just ride, make sure you take care of the car.
Absolutely.
Watch for lap traffic. That's about the only thing he can do right now.
And he's got Tony Rice as a buffer.
It's a very clear track in front of Chris right now.
A very clear track, and Chase and Mark both have to deal with the lapper of Tony Rice when they get to him. Now, they can use him for a draft right now and try to reel off a little bit of that lead. However, once they get to him, they've got to get by him cleanly.
Tony's pretty good about that, so I don't think they'll have any issues regarding that. So.
Well, no, I'm not saying that they're going to have an issue getting by him cleanly, because I've driven with Tony. Tony would rather wreck himself than wreck anyone else, and I respect that about that man. But they've got to get by him quickly And it looks like he's just letting him go, so good on you, Tony. Chris Walker, though, the lead is 2.25 seconds.
At this point, Chris could care less if there's a caution, because caution's going to end it.
A caution would end it now. We are 5 to go. It'll be 4 this time across the stripe. Your leader, Chris Walker, started 10th, has led 18 laps. What a drive.
Another good driving throughout the field is Truex. He started 15th place. He's going to come out with a 4th place finish, it looks like right now. He can just stay in front of Scott.
Absolutely. Another good drive there. Hasn't led any laps, but starting 15th, got as high as 3rd, currently sitting in 4th. That's a respectable drive right there.
I tell you what, this race would have been a lot different at the end if Ronnie didn't get busted for speeding.
I was thinking the same thing, but it is what it is.
Absolutely. That's racing there.
But speaking of Ronnie, he is running 9th back on the lead lap.
So a very respectable top 10 finish after that penalty.
Mm-hmm.
Without a caution to come back for that too.
Absolutely. So final lap, it's academic unless he steps on his own crank right now. Chris Walker is going to win Kentucky.
It looks like Chase at the moment is going to come home 2nd, and Mark Walker going home 3rd.
There he is coming across the line. Your winner, Chris Walker. Chase Hudson hanging on for 2nd. Mark Walker coming home in 3rd. Brad Truex in 4th. As Top Fuel Racing Series DW12 League. Your winner, Chris Walker, getting ready to burn him down.
It almost sounds like he's out of gas, it almost sounds like. I don't know if he is, though, but it almost sounds like he's out of gas.
No, the car's still running.
Oh, it sounded like it was starting quite a bit.
So let's reach out to, if hopefully they're all in here. Of course not. That would have been too easy. Okay, so reaching out.
Mark's in the Top Fuel Alley one.
Yep. So there's, yep. And I don't see Chase.
I know he was in here at some point tonight. Oh, there, he's called Chase Hud. No Limit Racing there.
All right. So we are going to
User was moved to your
reach
channel.
out to our 3rd place finisher, Mark Walker. Mark, hell of a race you had tonight. You led a handful of laps. Talk us through that one restart. Did you realize that you were missing your nose wing before the green flag came out? Hello, Mark.
Might not be with us here.
Mark Walker, Tony up in the booth. You got me, sir. Okay, we're going to come back to Mark on that one.
User was moved out of your channel.
We are going to reach out
User was
to
moved to your channel.
hard-fought 2nd place finish, Chase Hudson. Chase, they had to have been a first you say it, then you do it kind of moment when you got forced down the access road there. Talk us through what was going on from then on out.
Yeah, well, first of all, it's good to be back in this league. It's been about 5-6 months since I've ran in here. But I missed all the guys, all the drivers in here. I love racing in here. But yeah, it was a fun race. Had a bit of a green flag run, and yeah, me and Nate were battling out. It just kind of a racing incident. Just kind of he was trying to protect
Hey,
the
wake
inside, and then he moved up, and then I kind of moved up to it, and oh no, I think it was just a racing incident. Both of us just kind of got into each other, and I kind of maybe overreacted on the contact. I could have maybe made it stick on the line, but as soon as I made contact and wheel hopped a little bit, I'm like, oh crap, I gotta save this, and then I kind of overreacted, went down pit access. I was like, screw it, I'm gonna pit right now, and it ended up working out perfectly because like I didn't have to pit another time, so I was .3 to the good there at the end, so it kind of worked out perfectly.
Well, Chase, I'd like to point out we did see what happened there. Had you not gone down the access road, I'm thinking that the big one would have happened going into 3 because it was either the access road or kill everybody. So those were your options at that point.
Yeah, once I knew like my car was just heading straight in the grass, I was like, I don't know if I should try to go back on trying to save on the apron. And I was like, nah, I'm just gonna go down the access road. And then I was thinking about going back on track. I was like, I might as well just pit right now because I looked at my fuel. And I calculated in my head I could make it if I pitted right now. It was just gonna be an early pit stop. So it just worked out perfectly with the incident I had. It kind of almost looked like it was choreographed. But
Well, Chase, congratulations on the podium. Welcome back to the league.
yeah, man, thanks. Yeah, thanks to Bofa for coming on here, and good win to Nate.
All right, we'll let you get back up with the rest of the crew and celebrate down in Top Fuel Alley. And looking forward to seeing you next week.
Yep, see you guys.
User was moved out of your channel.
All right.
I think he got me.
And
confused.
the man of the hour, Chris Walker. What a drive, sir! My hats off to you.
Thanks, guys, very much. I really appreciate that.
So started 13th, and you led quite a few laps, most of the tail end of that race, and it kind of fell into your lap when Osmer got busted for speeding. Do you think you had anything for him had that not happened?
Yeah, I think if we were all on the same fuel run, all that, and we cycled back around all together, it was going to be Chase or Ronnie or I think myself. I mean, that's the other two I was concentrating on at that time. Not sure what happened between Chase and I. I don't know if I had contributed to that. I know we came together. He confirmed it in the room, but I just don't know what happened.
Well, for what it's worth, it was still an amazing run to watch. Talk us through the money stop. Did you pack it full? Did you not? Did you fuel wise? What did you do there?
I think I just barely made it through. I just put in just enough to get me across the finish line. I wasn't anticipating another lap around, so I was trying to do some donuts and ran out of fuel midway through.
Well, that confirms what Nate said he was hearing on your cooldown lap.
Yeah, it was definitely bumping. I was out.
Well, talking about the gamble paying off, you definitely made that happen tonight. Anybody you'd like to thank?
Yeah, I'd just like to thank everybody at Top Fuel Racing. I mean, it's just been, I've been with them 3 years, taking in my first win, and the racing just continues to keep getting better. I'd like to thank Chris Walker Mortgage Team, me, and my mortgage company, my wife, obviously, for letting me do this while she anxiously awaits for me to watch TV and hang out with her on Wednesday nights. Definitely Scott Brinson, and he's been a great friend through my journey here, and you guys in the production booth. You guys do one heck of a job, and I can't wait to go and watch the broadcast again.
Well, the action that you guys give us on the track makes our job easy up here. So hard fought finish, great run, Chris. Nate, where'd you say we were next week?
New Pocono.
So, Chris, talk to us about your thoughts about going to the Tricky Triangle there in the Pocono Mountains.
I seem to have a good first half of the race, and there's something that prevents me from finishing the second half. I mean, the first half is very awesome, and I'm looking forward to finishing strong in the second half of the next time.
And did I just hear right? This is your first win with Top Fuel Racing.
Yeah, you guys did hear right.
Chris, congratulations. I'm glad I was here to be able to bring that to the masses. Looking forward to seeing you next week in Pocono. We'll let you get back down in the Top Fuel Alley and celebrate with the rest of the guys. And go kiss that lovely wife of yours.
Thanks, Tony. I appreciate you guys.
User was moved out of your channel.
Well, Nate, that's gonna about do it for us here tonight. Chris Walker coming home with the win. Chase Hudson hanging on for second. Mark Walker lost communications right there at the end, coming home in third. Brad Truax from the outhouse to the penthouse coming home in fourth. Colin Scott hanging on for fifth. Kevin O'Brien in sixth. Robert Dudley, hard fought seventh place finish. Good run for Robert there. John Napier catches a race car to the face. His wife tells him, "You're racing tonight, even though it's our anniversary." Comes home in eighth place. Ronnie Osmer bounces back from being 2 laps down at one point. Gets busted for speeding on pit road and comes home in ninth. Last car on the lead lap. Matt Burkhart led a handful of laps. Unfortunately, the gamble did not pay off when he stayed out, trying to trap the field a lap down, rounding out your top 10. So, Nate, any final thoughts you've got for us?
Kentucky always gives this league a great race, it seems like. So, new Pocono next week, new era for this league at this racetrack. So, hopefully it produces some good racing. We've had some good races at Pocono, it seems like. So, we'll see what this new configuration brings us next week. So, great racing tonight from everybody.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for us on behalf of the Top Fuel Racing Series DW12 League. It's Tony Trapasso saying we will see you next week at New Pocono. We will see you tomorrow night for Somo Cup Series at why am I drawing a blank? Where's the Cup Series this week? Bristol.
Yeah, Bristol.
They're Bristol. So they're going to be at Bristol, and that's the Portside Jaguar Land Rover Cup Series for Somo Racing. They are going to be at Bristol, and the Randy's Wraps Speedway Series is going to the Brickyard in the DW12. So feel free to tune into both broadcasts if you want to do a split screen, or watch one then watch the other. We're bringing both to you, folks. Open wheel and full fender action tomorrow night. Sam Cooper Bennett will be in the booth for the Somo Series. I'll be in the booth for the Speedway Series. So lots of choices tomorrow night. We will see you then. This is Tony Trapasso saying you have been watching a presentation of the Top Fuel Racing Series DW12 League. This has been the AZ Direct 135 from Kentucky. Ladies and gentlemen, we will see you tomorrow night.